Alright, just tell me one.
Alright.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, dude.
Thanks. Okay, this is Spyro the Dragon any percent. There's not too many glitches or anything. It's just a basic movement-based game from your childhood where you have to collect a certain amount of requirements to get through all the balloonists at the end of each world in order to beat the game. There are, I think, like 5 different worlds, 6 including the final world, but there's 5 different balloonists. The first world is called Artisans, and the balloonist at the end of Artisans needs 10 dragons. The balloonist at the next world, called Peacekeepers, needs 1,200 gems. The balloonist at the end of Magic Crafters needs 5 dragon eggs. The balloonist at the end of what's it called? Beastmakers needs 50 dragons, and the balloonist at the end of Dreamweavers needs 6,000 gems. So this is the route that collects 50 dragons and 6,000 gems. I just made a huge mistake. Alright, nice. It's not that bad. If anyone knows Spyro speedruns, then alright. It's okay. We're back. Oh my I'm not that bad at this game. I promise. Okay, we're back on track. So the route is basically just trying to get the certain amount of gems and dragons in the fastest order possible. And my route doesn't do the world record route because there's a couple glitches that are really hard to do. Such as like skipping levels towards the end of the game and doing things called proxying off enemies. But the world record is held by Tuvil and is a 39:12. It's a really good time. And the 2 second place people are SSBM Stuff, otherwise known as Saboom, and Superior Warbringer, otherwise known as Chris LBC. And they both have their time at 3:16. So they basically are 1 mistake away from world record. Ah, that jump's harder than it looks, so I'm not confused about messing that one up. Okay. So I'm about to do something on this fan chest called a flame charge, where I can attract the gem like that while it's coming out of the chest. It's not easy to do, and I shouldn't be doing it at my skill level, but I really like doing it. Just on the flame that the gem is going to come out, you charge almost instantly after. And you'll get the gem that comes right out of it directly. Alright, so that's Artisans, and I'm going to make my way towards the last dragon of this world and then go to the balloonist. But on the way to the last dragon, there's a skip that you can do here, and I really hope I can get it because it's super cool. Nice. It's funny how that toasty portal opened up, because that toasty portal doesn't open up unless you go into a Unless you go inside of a exit world portal, which typically isn't in the route, but I did it on accident, so that's pretty funny. Okay, Peacekeeper's World's pretty cool. When you touch a dragon statue, there's always a certain spot on the bottom of the dragon statue, like the base of it, where you want to touch. Because when you touch a dragon statue, you'll go into a cutscene. And that cutscene is you basically walking away from the dragon, the screen locks on the dragon, then he talks to you for a second. You can skip that cutscene, but the whole walking to where you need to stand takes some time. So you want to make sure you stand in the part of the statue that's closest to where you're going to stand afterwards during the cutscene. So for this dragon, if I stand here, I'll walk away from that direction that I touched it. Alright, something to also note about charging in this game is I have this dragonfly that follows me around. His name is Sparks. And when he is gold, he is at full health. When he's blue, that means I've taken 1 hit. When he's green, that means I've taken 2 hits. And then after that, you won't be able to see him if I take 3 hits, and then I'll be at critical health. He's a way to indicate your health bar, but as long as you have any form of sparks around, he will collect gems around you without you having to touch them. But if you don't have sparks, you enter a mode that we call like sparksless, and you have to touch every gem with your body manually. And it's really hard to do and annoying, so sparks is a really valuable resource. Okay, that was the first dragon egg. And when you're done with everything that we need in the level, we just get out of there and then move on to the next place. At the beginning of Dry Canyon, there was actually a fan chest that I blew up. And the purpose of it was to get a 10 gem, of course. Certain gems have certain monetary values. And when you blow up a fan chest, it has a particle effect in the distance, like a glitch, and it killed an enemy. Just killed myself. I may game over. I better not. I'll try to pick up more lives. There we go. That's not the easiest jump. But when I blew up that fan chest in the beginning of Dry Canyon, it had a particle effect that killed an enemy towards the end of the game. That's why there was just like this 25 gem just lying around. So, when I say like 10 gem, 5 gem, 25 gem... Oh, that was a hard jump, but at least I got it first try. So, red gems are worth 1, green gems are worth 2, blue gems are worth 5, gold gems are worth 10, and purple gems are worth 25. And there's always like the idea for every level. You want to be at a rate where you're getting around 4 gems per second. So that's really nice. And after this level, we'll be going on to a flight level. And flight levels give a lot of gems in a very small amount of time, so the gems per second rate in those areas are great. Alright, the wingspan on these birds are really wide when they're actually on the ground. Okay, I'm gonna do something here that I've done a little bit earlier, but I can explain it now. Like, charge jump. That was nice. If you charge and right at the end you hold down jump, you can jump a little bit higher. than you normally would be able to with just a normal jump. And then at the apex of your jump, if you charge a little bit before gliding, you can do something called a charge glide, where you can get a little more height and distance than usual. It's just like, barely any bit more than usual, but it's, but it really helps. Okay, so flight levels, I typically play the game with D-pad, which is not frowned upon, but it's really uncommon. But when I do flight levels, I'll switch over to analog stick, because it's pretty easy to control Spyro when you're on analog. So I'm flaming a little bit before my chest just to optimally turn prior. There's a lot of routes that you can do for the items in these flight levels, but I'm going to be doing the one that I'm comfortable with. There's an even harder one that I don't do for this light level, but I could do it, and I've done it a few times before, but for the marathon I'll just do my normal route here. Safety guaranteed. Even though you don't go through the arch, the fact that you hit the trigger on the inside of it is good enough. And since we hit a wall at the end of the flight level, we don't get that animation of us flying around afterwards. So if we run into something at the same time we hit the last object, then it saves us that time of getting that animation. Just going to get another dragon egg real quick. And I did the animation skip on the dragon egg really nice. It's a really hard angle. You have to hit it and be in the air at the same time. And then press A while you're in the air so you can move while you should be standing still, and then by the time you hit the ground again, you can just keep moving. Alright, this is the first boss level, Dr. Shemp, but we won't be fighting Dr. Shemp. The first boss level that we actually fight the boss is Blowhard on Magic Crafters. And boss levels typically give really good gems, so definitely something you want to go to for a run. I want that. See, I jumped around to that side of the dragon because when I walked away from it, like I said earlier, a cutscene was going to happen. And you always walk away from the dragon. So I walked away to the most optimal direction. Ice Caverns coming up is one of my favorite levels. There's a lot of cool tricks in this level, and it's really fast-paced. I just like it. It's a level that I try to do the coolest stuff on. Even though that wasn't the most optimal place to touch the dragon statue, you still want to touch there so you can get that other gem. Get him. Okay, good. Sometimes Sparks just doesn't collect gems, and it's really annoying. When you're charging, if you jump during a charge, your turning radius is a lot sharper. So you'll be seeing me doing that for certain occasions. This is magic stairs.
have a $4.53 donation from Chaos. It says, please don't stretch the cute Spyro pics. Bible thump from Cherno's chat. Thank you, Chaos, for the donation.
Thanks, Cherno, for that host. I assume he said he was going to host, so appreciate it. Alright, that was Ice Caverns. Nothing really went wrong. It's nice. And I've got a good gem count as well. You can imagine this category, just missing a gem can waste a lot of time. And if you miss enough gems, then you can have a really low gem count, and then later on you have to make up that time by getting the gems that you missed at a different level. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. So this is Magic Crafters. It's the first place that introduces a lot of different elements, such as Super Flame and movable objects and supercharge ramps. But Alpine Ridge only has moving objects, and it's still a really cool level. But we'll see plenty of the other things that I listed later on. Except for the Super Flame. I will not be getting a Super Flame in this route. Alright, that was nice. Alright, at this dragon, if you just hold down charge and jump, you'll do a perfect combination of just jumping on the statue and then jumping up on the ledge. If you move at all besides that, you won't be able to get that, and it's a really neat, like, just strat that a lot of people don't really notice me doing, and it looks easy, but I can explain it here. It's the first fireworks chest, I think, that I actually blow up. They contain a lot of gems, and typically while they're being lit up like that, you want to go and do something else while you're waiting. This is the other out of bounds in the game. See, if you touch the wrong side of the dragon like that, it takes a while longer to walk around. But you just can clip through this mountain here. Got the triple flame charge on the chest. That's really hard to do and awesome. And that was a really good Alpine Ridge. And I like my gem count. Yeah, if I was that egg thief, I would have no idea what was going on right now. You're just standing there with your egg that you stole, rightfully. And then some dragon just comes through the wall and hits you in the face. There's a very obscure route in this level, but it's pretty cool as well. A lot of neat tricks. I didn't get that 10 gem. Interesting. I'll have to go back up here and get it now. First a charge jump. Get more height to go over there. Charged. Break these. It's the first supercharge ramp, by the way, if you haven't noticed. Another charge jump to get back there. If you fall out like if you just fall, I guess, off a cliff or something in this level, that sucks. The fairies will catch you, so there's no risk of falling in this level if you fall in the inside bend area like I could have done when I was gliding around. But it's a lot faster to move by yourself than use the fairies, because they are slow. There's a flame charge right there on an enemy and not on a chest. Hopefully these platforms are in a good cycle. They actually were in a not good cycle, but we can still deal with that. And that is high caves. Make sure to get the supercharge, not only so you can go faster between levels, but it's really nice how there's the steel chest right there. It gives a nice 25 gem. Wizard Peak's a really cool level. A lot of flame charge jump in the beginning, some really cool movement. Right there, that's so you can get that guy nice and early on. Alright, here's a series of jumps. Alright, that's the first one. Not that exciting for this one, you're just simply coming over here getting the thief and then getting out. You have to do a death abuse. And this one, you have to focus. Ah, I messed up, but it's okay. It's not the worst part to mess up. At least we're still alive. And I can get this, because I missed it. Okay. You could have charged all the way down those pillars, but I didn't take a wide enough turn, I guess. Alright. According to my time, I'm on world record pace, so I really appreciate that. Okay. There, I got it. If you enter this flight level, called Crystal Flight, from the reverse entryway and touch the dragon statue, then you can skip having to talk to the dragon when you leave this level. It's called a dragon skip. I missed the plane guy, it's okay. I'll just get him later on. Just like that. Sorry about my PS2 and disc, by the way. They're a little bad combination, and the audio in my game is extremely borked. But I've never had my game crash before. So that's good. Just the audio is going to be a little weird. See, now I didn't have to talk to that dragon, even though there was clearly a dragon there. Because I talked to him right, like a millisecond before I entered that level. Okay, confronting Blowhard. It's a boss level. We actually do fight Blowhard. He doesn't have a health bar or anything. He just doesn't die in one hit. And there's like a series of actions that you have to do in order to fight him. I maybe could have made that cycle, I didn't want to risk it though. Okay, I went around to the side of the dragon because I will, of course, have to, eventually, because of the cutscene. And that's Blowhard. Went really well, actually. Oh, almost re-entered it on accident. I want one of these guys' gems, because I didn't get one of their gems. It's not that important, and I really shouldn't be doing it, but I came back for vengeance. Okay, Beastmaker's world. Definitely the hardest world. The flight level's easy. Just the enemies are really hard, and there's some really hard tricks. And it's very easy to die in the levels. Okay, and I have to do a lot of damage abusing, and there's not much fodder lying on the ground. The term that we use for enemies that don't harm you, and if you hurt them, you can refill your sparks, your dragonfly. We call those fodder. Alright, pretty good entry into Wild Flight. This level is a little bit risky of a flight level actually because you're always close to water and there's a chance that you can really mess that up. There's also a lot of really tight flames that you gotta do towards the end. It's annoying. It's okay though. And we did it. Gems on the ground will attract a Spyro while he's charging when he's nearby them, but they need to be on the ground first. These frogs are best friends. Nobody will ever hate them. Okay, I just want to know where they are first. I'll kill them nice and slow for the marathon. Because they can kill us so easily. Their tongues are faster than our flames. Their hitboxes are really small. These guys attack you sooner than you would ever think that they should. Alright. That's not even the hard part of the level. It's coming up. Sorry about the music cutting out again. And I'm also just focusing on not dying. If you ascend staircases like I do there with charging at the end, you can really save time, but you gotta be careful to not bonk. If you do bonk while you're ascending a staircase, you can really be dropped down a step or two, and it's really annoying, so it's a big risk-reward kind of thing. Okay, I picked up an extra life there because I was a little low, and I may die in this room, and I may die later on. Okay, this room. Okay, that went pretty well. Didn't get hit at all. Even the best players sometimes die to that room. See, that's what happens when you bonk on a staircase, you'll be dropped all the way back down. You can spam X provided that you can, your reflexes are good enough. And you can glide and recover from a bonk, but even still, it's going to be like a time waste almost all the time. Treetops. It's probably my other favorite level besides Ice Caverns, but it has what is my hardest trick to do in the run. But a lot of other people are really good at it. I'm just like I don't know what it is with me. I try everything. I'm taking all the suggestions, and still not super consistent at it. It's called Stone Knot, if you've ever heard of it. It's named after somebody called Stone Knot. Stone Knot with a K, not Stone Knot, the Fallout 3 speedrunner. And you have to take charge momentum and boost it off a side of a tree, get really high up in the level, and it's coming up fairly soon. But that one I had to get charge momentum by charging, and at the apex of my jump, touch the platform with the charge station, and then I would get even more speed than I was normally supposed to. And it would make me have enough height to come over to that island over there. Getting all those chests is pretty nifty. Ah, it dropped my glide, it's okay. I jumped off the edge a little too soon, but it's not a big deal. I'm just right here anyway. You can skip that step. Alright, so here's Stone Knot. This is the dragon that you normally practice it from, with a save file. I just hope I get it, and even if I don't, it's okay. There's other things that I can do to get up in this area. Oh, I missed it. I think I'll give it, I can't give it any more tries. Well, I can give it one more try. I just have to get this one up. Oh my god, I got it. Okay, cool. Nice, that means everybody has to donate now. Okay, now get up to Metalhead with a little sequence break. There we go. This is the second boss in the game. That you actually confront. It's one of the most annoying, to be honest. I completely messed that jump up and it made me lose 2 health. I still have a lot of momentum from coming out of that charge every time I was released from that bonk, so I bonked all the way up those stairs. Kind of weird. I'm getting a lot of renegade gems from unknown places, as you can see. That's because there are enemies being thrown around in this level by other enemies, but the enemies that they throw still give me gems. I'm just being extra careful on my gems. Wouldn't want to screw that kind of thing up in a marathon. When you do normal attempts, you just risk it. Alright, so it's Metalhead. By the way, that was also the last dragon that I get. Because now I have 50 dragons, I no longer need any more dragons. Just like how I'm not getting any more dragon eggs, because after Magic Crafters, there are no more dragon eggs, and you're only getting what's required for every balloonist. Dang. Okay. Still a great metalhead. Besides the beginning and the water area. Now I quickly still gotta get a few more gems in this world before I move on. Get that key. These gems, we choose right Twix. Try to go for a flame charge there because I have a really good gem count and it doesn't really matter. You do a charge jump to get up on that platform again, like you're not supposed to. And onto Dreamweavers. It's the final world of the game where there's a requirement for a balloonist, and it's really short, and then we just go into Nasty Nork. I'll do this jump. Why not? Okay, we did it. I really shouldn't have gotten that life, but you know. Okay, doesn't matter. Really awesome gem count, because I'm going to get 300 from this flight level, and then from the next level, Jacques, I need to get the final about 330 gems. And it's very easy to get 330 gems. I'm going really slow in this level though, I've already bonked into 2 things. Alright, this route is really nice. It's pretty forgiving. If you go really slow, there's still a good route you could take. And if you go really fast, there's a nice route you could take also. It all depends on those train cycles. Okay, it's the final level, Jacques. It's a really fun level, too. And I can go pretty hardcore on this level. I missed that jump, so... Oh, what? It just dropped my charge. Oh my god, okay. Okay, we got Cakeless. Ugh. There we go. It's hard to go super fast on these platforms, but I shall try anyway. Okay, this should be more than enough gems now, and I got that little extra health on the way out, so that'll be nice for Nork's world. Really sweet boss to fight because all these 25 gems that you get. Okay. Now we have at least 6,000 gems. We can proceed to the next world. Now we don't need any requirements in this world except for going inside of the level and then going into the exit portal inside of the level. So we just have to do that for Nork Cove and then Twilight Harbor. There is a really tough skip to do, where you can skip Twilight Harbor. Conveniently enough, it's called Twilight Harbor Skip. But I'm pretty sure only 3 players actually go for that. And it saves like a minute if you can do it. Once after like 8 hours of attempting it. Because I have a life. This is called a proxy. I did one earlier, but on my way to Icy Flight, back in Dreamweavers. That was about 10 minutes ago. More like 7. But that's a good way to skip all of Nork Cove and get to the end portal. And I had to talk to that dragon early on, even though I don't need any more dragons, or else this mouth to Twilight Harbor would not be open. Now I've got at least blue sparks, so my health is good enough to do a skip right here, where I can skip a lot of platforming. I do a wall glide like I did earlier to get a little bit more distance. And there we go, we skipped a lot of that stuff. And there's a trick here that no one else really does besides me, but I really like it, and it's 3 seconds faster. It's just not the easiest thing to do, and it's right towards the end of the run, but I get it pretty consistently. And that jump is pretty cool. Otherwise, you would just have to normally just run all the way around the ring of enemies there. Alright, so I can quickly get the 2 thieves for Nasty Nork. Perfect. Not the easiest thing to do, you gotta do a lot of flame charging. And you have to manipulate that second thief to run to your left instead of going right. And now, this would be annoying like a pretty annoying chase, and it would take a while casually, but if you know exactly where you need to go, it's not even a race. Look how much he was pushing me there, that was awesome. He's never really pushed me that much before. And he pushes me a little more just to save some frames, nice. And time. You're toast, Nork.
28:39.
No.
Yeah, the timer got stopped partway through your run. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I noticed. What was it before it got stopped?
I didn't see. I'm sorry.
So I guess this is
Assume you
world
got world
record.
record.
Yeah, this is world record. I beat world record by 10 minutes. Nice.
Oh, well played, Bubblesdelfuego.
I'd say the sky's the limit.
Up next, we have Feel for Ferret, who will be running Minecraft All Achievements.
Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for having me, and everybody please donate to support the Hayai Kawaii Marathon and Medicine Sans Frontiers.